Hello everyone. This is my journal for the gratitude swap for the Junk Journal chat. And the title says Give Thanks. And I wanted to use up this paper pad, and so I cut this corner of the flower. And it says Give Thanks, and there's a doily and some bronze string there. The spine is covered with some lace. And on the back, you can see 2 lines of lace, and it's very simple. I have some avocado stained bias tape here, and it is a pretty chunky little journal. It is 8.5 by 6, so it is really kind of big. And I started this last year, and I didn't finish it in time for the swap, and so I joined the swap to complete it. And so here we go. And we untie the closure there. And when you open it, you can see this really pretty paper. And the story begins. So tags. I was given this at a retreat, Happy Fall, so I decided to use it. And then I made these giant journaling tags from leftover paper. I've gotten into this new kick of trying to use up all the paper. Some people are very efficient about it, so I'm trying to go there. Has a touch of gold there, and I just think it's just very pretty. And you open it, and this is one of my favorite napkins I like to use because there's tags on it. So all of this napkin decoupage is just one napkin. It's amazing how you can make one napkin go a long way, and that was just an accident. Up here is lace. The lace decorates the edge of the page, and it also acts as a tuck. This is a embellished paper clip I put, and these tags came to me in a swap from Paula Prentice, and she gave me a phenomenal stash. And that's where a lot of this bronze thread and leaves that you see are here. This is a fun pocket, or not pocket, but journal in the page. So, oops, got a little bit. Sorry. Okay, so this is an envelope, and the envelope, let's get you a better. The envelope is the front of a little booklet, and here is a little tag that acts as a closure, so you can even put a tag in there. And this journal has just tons of tags. Let me open it just a little bit there. And here's extra journaling spaces for some of your innermost thoughts. And you can see it closes. And here you can see some of my stamping. We were supposed to stamp and live life to the fullest. These are my favorite stamps. Somebody got rid of them. I bought them at when people are selling their stashes, and I just love them when I have to stamp in a journal. And here you can see this border, falling leaves. Let's see, falling in love with fall, and it's a tuck spot. And this is a giant journaling place that is formed like an envelope. The leaf is a closure, and it goes into the tuck spot just right there. And it goes with this, like I said, the napkin decoupage. I love this napkin because it has tags hanging from the leaves. And this is from a Reader's Digest. I found some illustrations, and again, I gessoed on the back, and then did some coffee staining and some napkin at the top up here with on that. So I'm kind of pleased with that. And again, napkin decoupage forms a border. And this is, it's a fold out. And I've been looking at Artie Mays' technique of lightly stamping, and I kind of really like that. It adds a little something to blank pages. And this is just such a pretty page that the new owner gets to do whatever they wish to with it. I just think you could do so much, put pictures. It's just pretty. And this came from Paula Prentice. This is from that swap. And again, you see this Artie Mays technique. And it says here, my little stamp, beauty is all around. And like I said, the Reader's Digest. And this has a gesso, you know, some light stamping. This is some stationery that I've found, and I just let it speak for itself. And the back of it is also lightly stamped. This is kind of fun, some of these small leftover pages in the stash. And here, this one is made into like a pocket, and it holds this stationery page, you know, to fold it. And I thought that was, you know, such a nice touch to add in there. And I'm going to have to punch those little holes on there so that it is easier to put in. Now this is really fun. I saw this in a journal, and then Artie Mays made tags, and this is a dried flower. It's a periwinkle, actually. The only flowers I was successful this summer with. Anyway, and I placed it in some acetate, and it is part of the page right there, and I think that's so cool right there. So I know Artie Mays made some tags with it. You could also do that same technique with in a journal page, and I think it's really neat. You turn it backwards over here. Yeah, periwinkles are they were pink, and then the back side they're white. So I stamped a bird there, did light stamping. The bottom part is a pocket, side-loading pocket here with this tag here. And there is room, there's light stamping. You can do some journaling right here. Kind of left this is a tuck spot right up here with this. And right over here, again, came from the swap. This is a tag. And again, these are large journaling squares where you could put pictures, you can decorate them however you wish. And this is a leaf with like a vellum postcard. This is I was given this paper, and I think I put some baby oil because we were playing with making paper look like parchment. It was a little too thick, but it did change the texture a little bit. And this stamp says blessed right here. And this came from a gardening book. So this side is plain. And here is a pocket, and I had this flower. Actually, it was only partly printed, so I thought I'll put it like that. And here are two tags to go in there into the pocket. And this is, I had played with, you know, this is a napkin, and I had Mod Podged it. So when you Mod Podge just a napkin by itself, it's kind of this clear. You just have to be, it's a little bit flexible, but I kind of thought it was, you know, a version of, you could call it a semi-parchment, but it has a little texture to it, and I just think it was kind of fun. And here's a doily. This came from a magazine, and the back of it, it's layered because I Mod Podged it actually to a piece of paper because magazines, as we all know, are really thin. And on this back is this little bear. And up here it's stamped with love, and here are two tags. And like I said, all of these are left this way so that you can, the new owner can decorate them, put pictures, however they wish. And so I try to give a lot of room for journaling, but I still like to decorate my pages, so you'll see that. And this is the back, and again, this is the same. It was the, you know how you find these big old circles in your scrap paper, and I just cut the corner. And then I put, this is for journaling purposes, as I've been mentioning, a tag made out of ink sample, or not, paint samples. You know how you get those, you can pick those up, and another smaller tag. Here's from some accounting paper. These are these large papers that you kind of don't know how to put them in a journal. So this is what I did with it. I just kind of folded it and made part of it into a pocket. So you can kind of see the circle, and it's kind of decorated right here. And I put some cards, and this is a tag right here. I guess I could probably move this over here, and you can see the little fox with a little plaid there, and that looks kind of cute right there. There you see it. You can do whatever you want. The accounting paper. This is an interesting pocket I saw from Artie Mays, and you see this is like a 12-inch by 4-inch. It's like a gigantic tag, okay? And you fold it, and you run some string on the back, and there's a little, the hole, and then you just tie it. So I thought that was a pretty cool pocket that could be made. I guess if I had had flatter string, I could have made it for another pocket, but I thought it did the job really well. So I thought that was just kind of fun. And again, the light stamping, a little bit of sewing. This one says blessed. There's the rest of the magazine. And again, you see the other half of the pages. Here is I thought the leaf could be a little journaling spot, and some zinnias that I got. I just love zinnia, so I made it into a tag, a picture of it, and it goes in there. Up here you see some stamping. Talked about this paper. So as you can see, the journal is decorated, but still a lot of room to make it your own. Now this is really a fun pocket. It's one of these, and again, you take it out, and it goes in here, and it is a pocket, a long old pocket. Well, and anyway, but it is flip. I made a flip with lace, and this lace, I Mod Podged it so it's stiff, and it is the hinge. You can see the hinge right there. And you actually, I believe, could probably turn it that way too. You see how I flipped it over to the opposite page, because both sides of this little flip are decorated. And so it is kind of an unusual, I think I saw it last year, and I watch a lot of YouTubes, and you know, sometimes these ideas kind of stick with you, and this was already, like I said, a partially constructed journal. So I thought that was a cool idea. And then there you see laugh. And again, here is another tag. And you turn it, and here's the other side of that paper that you saw with pumpkins. It's decorated there with a flower. And on the backs, you can see there's spaces that you can do stuff. Here's that stationery. And it says love right here. And again, it was like 4 pages from Reader's Digest that just gave you that Thanksgiving November feel. And this is Beauty is All Around. This is an embellished envelope with napkin. And I just put it on, you know how people put them like that? And there it goes. And here's that gold, and what is it? The envelope peeking through here just adds something to that page. Again, the light stamping, it's decorated, yet someone can easily write on it. And here it says joy. And like I said, I've talked about the Reader's Digest pages. And what I did, this is the pocket here. And it was some kind of ad I picked up from a magazine because I thought it looked kind of vintagey. And I softened the print by Mod Podging, or the white, you know, when you are napkin decoupaging, and you get the, you know, there's 2 layers of just plain white. And that softened it, and then I went back and added the napkin decoupage. This is a die cut, this green up here, and the pocket actually is a gigantic tag, which I'm trying to move. Oops, let's see, there, I'm moving the camera. Sorry about that. I hope it don't make you too seasick. And it's a gigantic tag that is the size of this page. So there it goes. So again, sometimes people don't want people to read all their thoughts. So sorry about the movement. There are journaling spaces that are out in the open. There's secret ones. There are more private thoughts. And here again, this is the lace that I Mod Podge, and there's 2 tags there. So the lace is acting as a tuck spot. And again, the napkin, put a little bit of paper at the bottom. And, you know, I just love these pages right here because to me it looks like a real vintage journal. And then we come to the end and there's a pocket. And here is the owl, one of these. And this is also from a magazine. And it is kind of like a booklet. And so the new owner can move all these tags or take them out, because there are a lot of tags hidden in this journal. There's plenty, I think it's decorated, yet there is a lot of room to journal. Like I said, I really am working with, I like Artie Mae's technique of that light stamping, and I'm using some of my stamps in a different way. I really like this acrylic pressed flowered technique. So again, a lot of fun ideas with this, playing with the gesso. You know how you have the printed pages, and sometimes I didn't really care for that printed page, but I do like it once it's lightly gessoed. So again, this is a journal that had its beginnings last year, and now it is complete and ready to go to a new home. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again.